Hola, hello again. Alright, I think I've just about figured out this whole camera thing. We're going to test it out and see how it goes. Hello, hello. To anybody who does not regularly follow me, my name is Brenda Lee. And it's kind of, blah, blah, blah. I don't do a lot of on-camera stuff. I really don't do any talking on camera. And yeah, so this stuff just makes me simply insanely nervous. But I'm trying to break out of my comfort zone and, you know, do some more stuff. So see how that just goes. We'll see. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm doing the Documented Life project unPlanner by the ladies from Art to the Fifth, and I am working on this tag insert thing. What this is a bunch of tags, craft tags. Let me grab some. Just Ranger craft tags. The size 8. And to be honest with you, I don't remember if these were manila or craft or black to start with. Probably, I don't know, I kind of think they were manila to start with. Anyway, I added a bunch of washi tape and then went over that with Dina Wakley heavy body acrylic in tangerine, lemon, lime, magenta, Art C, ultra chalk. This is not the black, this is the white, but ultra chalk soft matte paint in black, and a Crafter's Workshop stencil with Dilutions paint in white linen. I think the stencil's called Onion Skin. Anyway, I like to add these little tags, and I'll add a little ribbon to them, just as a little fun artsy thing to put in my planner. And it'll actually go in like this, and this is one side I've already done. And if you happen to catch my ridiculously first ever attempt at a Periscope live stream, earlier, I was actually working on this side. Well, I've done all I can think of to do on this side, so that means turn it over and do this side. But it will actually fit this way in my unPlanner. And open up. So this really is the only side you'll see, and that'll be the back. So because it's the back, I don't plan on doing quite as much as the front, but you can always add more. Always add additional layers to anything. Yep, that's the plan. Oh, goodness gracious. I have got myself signed in on, do I speak Russian? No. I'm sorry, I don't. No Russian. Just English, a little bad French, even worse Spanish. And when the mood strikes me, a very tiny bit of my high school Latin comes back. But unfortunately, that's all. But like I was saying, I've got myself signed in on my husband's tablet so I can try to catch comments. German? No. No German. Just English. I'm sorry. I have here is Dilutions paint. This is some of the new Calypso teal color, and it is gorgeous. This is my favorite blue in the ink spray. Like, I go through the Calypso teal blue like it's going out of style. And this is the, it's not bubbles. It's not the bubble stencils. It's the new whole stencil, 9 by 12 size. I like getting the bigger sizes as well as the small sizes, but the big ones because I have a whole tag set and can stick it on there just so. What does she do? Who Dilutions? It's a woman called Diane Reevely, and she makes paints and ink sprays. She works for Ranger. That's the company. She makes stamps, all kinds of stencils, you name it, she makes it. This is one of her stamp sets called Curious Corin. So it's just funky. Thank you for the hearts. And I figured I would just fiddle and paint a little bit. Diane Reevely suggests using the mini ink blending tool with her paints, and I didn't want to do that at first because, quite frankly, I didn't want to spend the money. I was trying to be cheap about it, and my name is Brenda. So I decided to finally invest in a set or two of the blending tools, and I'm really glad I did because I always use them now. I have a set of tools for every one of the colors, and she started with 12. What is she, years? How old am I? I'm in my 30s. And I'm an artist. Anyhow, I took a Sharpie to all of my blending tools so I could mark them, as well as dab the paint on the top of them. So anyway, I probably won't paint a terrible lot. Go friend. What kind of friend? Like, do you want to be friends? I'm married and have 2 children. I'm not interested in I don't mind making friends, but I'm not interested in anything else. Let me put it that way. Now that I've got some paint. So I'm just going to put some circles in various places and build up a layer, a little bit at a time. I've noticed with the Calypso Blue that it comes on real thin. It's not opaque at all. And it takes a couple of passes if you want a nice opaque coverage. But I still love the blue. Unless you're doing it directly on like plain white paper or even black paper. But if you're doing it as a layer like I am, and it takes a couple of swipes. Or you can pounce it. That works. But and if I wanted to go back over and make those blue circles thicker, I can wait for that to dry. But as it is, it's a nice little quiet layer. It's there, but it's not just in your face. As it is, I do actually want it to be a little darker. So I'm going to wait for that to dry. The good thing about the Dilutions paints is it really, really does dry almost instantaneously. So, I don't think I know anybody actually on right now. I think everybody I know is in bed because it is midnight my time. But that's okay. So it's really bizarre trying to talk and have something to talk about and not really have somebody to talk back to. So it just kind of lets the craziness out. I'm totally talking to myself, but it's for a good purpose. Possibly. Although I guess that remains to be seen. Eye of the beholder and whatnot. If you happen to see like a cloud of smoke pass by, I'm sorry, I vape. I quit smoking over a year ago. So yay, and I did it with the help of vaping. And I know that there's a lot of controversy about vaping still out there. But on a personal note, I never thought there was anything whatsoever in the entire world that would make me put down cigarettes. I enjoyed smoking. I loved the way it tasted. I really couldn't smell it, so I can't say I enjoyed the smell, but I enjoyed the sound of it, the feeling of it, the taste of it. Just enjoyed smoking. And I started vaping to try to quit smoking because my husband asked me to, and that's alright. I'll give it a good faith effort. And I did. I tried it, and I've been vaping ever since. I've never gone back to smoking cigarettes. So I do vape while I paint, and if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Tough luck. It's my studio. I do vape in the house, but if you don't know anything about vaping, go look it up. Don't just go, oh my god, that's like smoking, because it's so not like smoking in any way, shape, or form. Yes, there is nicotine in e-liquid, e-juice, which is what they call the liquid that you're vaping, because you're not smoking. There's no smoke. It's water vapor. It's nicotine, propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and flavoring. That's it. I mean, literally, like, that's it. I do vape in the house. And I do vape when I paint. So if you hear kind of a real long indrawn sound, that's what I'm doing. The awesome thing about the dilutions paints is they really do dry quickly. That was probably dry before now. But I broke my ponytail holder. I had to get a new one. Long hair, gotta love it. Great at breaking ponytail holders. So I'm just relining my stencil back up. I've noticed when you have kind of a wonky pattern, it's not a uniform pattern, it's best to pick your stencil up and put it right down in the exact manner in which you want to realign it. Otherwise, you spend the whole dang time going, is this it? Is this it? Especially if you're trying to use a mandala stencil. Those are ridiculously hard to realign. I know. I should know. I use a lot of mandala stencils. So, anywho. So I'm just darkening up my blue bubbles, my blue circles, because I want to be just a little darker. Not massively darker. I would use a darker blue. Just a little bit. Oh, okay, that's my hair I'm seeing flopping in my eye. It's kind of creepy. Look like a bug flying around my head. It's Mississippi. We're kind of used to bugs, but I don't generally like them flying around my head. Alright. I'll bring this down. Like some of these I didn't really go over first time, and it's okay because I want those to be a little lighter. Anywho, so, yeah. That's groovy. It's groovy, it's gravy. See? Oh, my paint was a little thick right there. That's alright. What's the beautiful thing about what I do in mixed media is, so your circles aren't perfect. That's okay. They don't have to be. They don't have to be. They can be wonky and weird, and it's just whatever it is. Whatever makes you happy. Happy, happy, happy. And I'm just over here making circles with my thing. Cleaning off the sponge like Diane shows us to do to get the excess paint out. I always cover my art table with craft paper. It's cheap craft paper from the dollar store. It's $1. I get it in a giant roll. I usually buy 2 or 3 at a time because I let my youngest child color on it. And that way, A, my table doesn't get messed up, and B, I'm not worried about making a giant mess with my under paper. I never used to use under paper, but I'm kind of digging it. Kind of liking where it's, you know, I could tear this up and use it as the beginning of a new journal page or something. So, something like that. I could. It has the potential and possibility. Maybe. maybe. Maybe I should put some music on. I'm just opening another stencil. This is one of the border stencils. Large border, heart border, large. That's what this one is. I'm going to add a little border in boredom. Something. That one. That's like my favorite stamp in her entire collection, stamp collection. That is probably my favorite stamp. I should get that camera. My bad. I don't know, just is my favorite one. So, I have scissors. Maybe. Okay. I got this for Christmas. I hadn't used it yet. So I figured now is as good as time. Good a time? Good of a time? Something like that. Yeah, something like that. I really do. I feel like the men in white coats and the big green van are going to come pick me up at any point in time. Talking to myself like this. The entire house is pitch quiet. My little ones are asleep. My big one is asleep. And it is the perfect time to do some awesome arting and filming because they're asleep. Even the dishwasher is quiet, which is awesome. Not that I had that many dishes to do, but I hadn't done it in a couple of days, or like in a day, because I ordered pizza. I was lazy. I didn't cook tonight. Wasn't in the mood. Just flat wasn't in the mood. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting these apart. I don't know, Brenda, can you see what things are doing? No. You know what I really feel like? I feel like, okay, and this is how you know I'm a mom, right? It's how you know I have kids. The movie Frozen has claimed another victim. My 3-year-old has discovered Frozen. I got her a coloring book, and she's like, who are these people? Who is this princess? So I had her watch the movie, and oh my god. I think she's seen the movie like 12 times in the last 48 hours. I wish that was more of an exaggeration. It has been nonstop theme Frozen at my house. I mean, just straight up constant Frozen. And she's in love. Absolutely stinking in love. But I feel like Kristoff talking to Sven. Sven. Kristoff being the guy, and Sven being his reindeer, caribou, moose thing. I know it's not mooses. I think it's reindeer. His buddy. Anyway, and, you know, he talks, and then he makes Sven talk. Oh, I want a carrot. I know you want a carrot. Oh, but please, may I have a carrot? Yeah, that's what I feel like. Not making that feeling any better. I'm really not. So, alright. Do a bit of a poetry. Don't let me lie to you, I can't sing. I can't carry a tune. It's bad. It's very bad. No bueno. I can try though, right? Even some people shouldn't try. I'm one of those people. But I have nobody to talk to. All my friends are asleep because, you know, they're normal and have jobs where they work during the daytime and the week time. And I work on the weekends. Only. Yeah. So, like, I go to work. I have to go to work. Tonight, I'll be at work. How do I want to say that? I will be at work. Technically tonight, because it's after midnight, so it's already Friday. So I go to work tonight, and I work tonight, and I'll work Saturday, and I'll work on Sunday, and then I'll be off the rest of the week to come home and play with my paint, and see to my children, and go do all the fun, kooky, weirdo mom stuff, or just weird kooky Brenda stuff. And we should really call it weird kooky Brenda stuff, because that's, wow, I oversaturated that paint so much, so it's probably all wonkified. Wonky-fied. Yeah, a little bit. It's bad. Not bad. Yep. So my small dilation stencils I keep in this binder. Try to see if that's even in camera. Is it in camera? Yeah, kinda. But I keep it in page protectors, because it's just that much easier for me to do it that way. Yep. I say do what works for you. Find out how organization works best and stick with it. So these are some Dilutions people and little silhouettes, and they all have names and I don't have them listed. Why is he so much smaller than her? I don't really want her that much. Do I? Could do. Do I want to? Do I want to? Hold on. No, I don't. I want him bigger. At least just appropriately portioned to her. Like they're gonna dance. Aww. What was I rambling about? I don't know. I'm letting the crazy show. Yep. Just letting it all hang out. That's what I like to do. Just let the crazy go. Go where it may. Normally, I'm not this crazy. That's a bald-faced lie. I don't believe a word of it. I'm always this crazy. But normally what I do when I'm painting is I have YouTube going, or I'm watching my show. So I usually have something going. Sometimes occasionally I have music. I don't know. You see, I love that. I love having that black around the silhouette and having it like a reverse silhouette, because it makes all the color that's surrounded by the black just pop out insanely. Awesome. Yep. I wonder if I can still get on Pandora. I wonder. It's possible. It's possible. And then you wouldn't have to hear me completely and totally ramble like a crazy person. Maybe. Possibly. I'm lying. You'll still have to hear me ramble. That'll actually work. Well. The only thing is, I have had the thought of sharing this on YouTube. Maybe I shouldn't share all of my YouTube, but I've heard, and I'm not a massive YouTuber. I don't video a lot of stuff, really, because it's hard with the little one to do that, because she likes to be totally involved while I'm filming stuff. But I've heard that YouTube has really cracked down on their, like, if you've even got music playing in the background. So I don't know if I'll be able to upload this to YouTube. They're like copyright thing, and they'll take your video down. That's what I've heard. Am I wrong? Anybody know? Hello out there. Is there anybody playing in Brenda Land? No, because you smart people are all in bed. So playing music might not be the best thing. I always try to upload it, just see what happens. Music not owned by me. Totally from my Pandora account. I'm shitty. Where's the hair? I'm shitting and it tickles. It tickles, it tickles. So that is much of the tag done. Da, da, da. Hey, when I think of like psychedelic 1960s out there, that'd be it. Right there. Like, absolutely, totally in my mind. Do I want to do like that one? No, silly. I have some arrows. That'd be better. Would it really do that? Oh, how quickly can you find these arrows? That's a good question. There's no telling. Alright, what do we got? We got arrows? No. Okay, but now I'm committed. Like, I want the arrows. No, that's ho ho ho. Happy jolly time. Oh, I used to have these much better organized, but it's not so much that I got lazy. I got to using them because I was doing a lot of jelly printing over the course of a couple of weeks. And so I took all my stencils out. I mean, like, all of my big Crafter Workshop stencils. I took them out of their packages because I always keep them in that package so I can know which ones I'm using. Because when I add stuff to my blog, oh, I found it. I like to actually put out what product I used. And so anyway, they're all loose. They're all loose and they're all crazy and wackadoodle, and I don't know where anything is. Not that I'd know where anything was anyway, but some days it's a little better than others. Do I want to do the big arrows? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Hi there, new viewer. Don't mind my crazy, weird midnight ramblings. I'm painting a little and being a little crazy while I'm doing it. Having some fun. I can actually see my feed if you want to comment. I can kind of see it. Oh. Doing some stenciling with some Dilutions stencils and Dilutions paints on some craft tags, Ranger craft tags for my light, if I can remember what I'm doing, Documented Life Planner. Documented Life Project unPlanner. Told you it was after midnight. And I don't know if I've had enough caffeine, like too much, go to bed, or not enough to keep me halfway sane. So, alright. Yep. In my mind, this is going to be fabulous. In reality, I like it. I'm telling you, this reminds me of 1960s tie-dyed, groovy, not hippie, mind you, not hippie, but mod. Total 60s mod. Like, Studio 54. I say 60s, it really is more like 70s disco. I'm okay with that, though. I like bright stuff. I like to paint really, really bright stuff. I don't know why. I'm weird like that. Some people paint muted stuff or slightly toned down pastel-y stuff, and it's gorgeous. I don't paint that way. I don't. Ho, ho, ho. Oh. And once that is dry, I know I just really took out most of the paint in there, but let's see if I can squeeze just a wee bit more out. There needs to be just a little something, something right about there. No, it really needs to be in. And I'm just going to have to understand that I'm taking that stuff with me. This is another one of Dylusions, the Dylusions border stencils, the large size. I don't have a clue what it's called. Arrows, probably. I don't know. I'm not looking at the packaging. If you know, you know. If not, go look it up. It's got arrows and some sort of little archways and some lines. Whatever that's called. Brackets, lines. I don't know. Whatever that's called. Alright. So that side is done. It's very happy. Curious, very curious. Clean my sponge a bit, because I don't know if I'll be picking this back up. Diane recommends a couple of hours dry time. Excuse me. Pardon me. A couple hours dry time before using a white pen. So, I have destroyed many white pens by sticking it in paint that really was not dry. I hate destroying white pens because, yeah, it's no fun. I go through plenty of them as is, but once this is all nice and dry and can tolerate being fooled with, I will actually be using, it's called Uniball Signo. I don't know, can you read that? It's possible. Turn it up, right? Anyway. Uniball Signo, and it's the Japan import. I get these from Amazon. I buy them by the dozen. I kid you not. I only have 4 left, which means I really need to order some more soon, but it's extremely important that you order the Japan import if you're ordering these pens, and see that they have Japanese characters on the top and the barrel. Because they make an American version of this pen, and the American version is not the Japan version, and it is not nearly as good. I find that these pens are ridiculously solid. They don't skip until they start running out of ink. They're fluid, they're opaque, they're smooth, they dry pretty quickly. They're just all around my favorite white pen. I do use a variety of other white pens. Occasionally, I say variety. It's not a variety. I'm very picky. Like, ridiculously picky. So, my other choice white pens, I don't use paint pens. And the reason I don't use paint pens is because not a single white paint pen I have ever found works longer than the very first time I use it. That's generally paint pens in general for me. But especially the white ones. I can buy a brand new one. I can do it just right. I can get it working. It will work lovely. That very first instance. The minute I put the cap on it and put it away and try to come back to it 3 hours later, oh, that's it. It's busted. Bugger if I know why. Don't have a clue. But that's me and paint pens. So I have it's called a bold tip or a broad tip. The Japanese import. Then you have the Uniball Signo Angelic. And the difference between this one and this one is bold tip, fine tip. Yeah, let me show you. See. I'll just do bold tip, fine tip. I'm sure if I looked really carefully, I could find what kind or what size. These are, I don't know. I don't know what size the nib is. It doesn't really matter. One's bold, one's fine. The angelic is always going to be fine. And again, it doesn't have Japanese on the barrel of the pen, but it does on the label. You want the Japanese import. Signo, Uniball Signo Angelic, this white. They make, and it comes in like 5 or 6 colors. They make a colored set as well. It's the exact same pen, just colored. Love them. Oh, on black, they're gorgeous. On craft, they're fantastic. On white, they're pretty. On painted surfaces, they're pretty. But they're really awesome on craft and dark colored papers. Totally worth the money. I also use Jelly Roll by Sakura. Again, Japanese pen, but you can get these anywhere. You can get these at Michael's. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. You can get them a lot of places. You can get them a whole lot of places. Anywho, I don't know what happened. Anyway, my phone's almost dead, so I think I'm gonna have to stop shortly. Anyway, but I use the Jelly Roll pen, especially if I'm trying to get a really fine point. It seems to me to have a finer point, and it doesn't. Sometimes it just, I don't know, it seems to get that fine point. But it's approximately the same size, which this is a size 8 as the Angelic. But anyway, I do use the Jelly Roll white pens. I use the Jelly Roll pens, period. I love Sakura. Not getting paid, but please send me pens. I love your stuff. I'm not even kidding about that. Anyway, that's my favorite white pens. Anyway, when I get a couple hours into this, I'll let it dry. I'll doodle around stuff, and I'll probably do another Periscope and show the doodle because, yeah, why not? So, but anyway, this is the other side of it, of my tags. And so now, closed up, it'll look like that. And then you'll flip it in my unPlanner, and it will look like that closed or that open. And I'm happy with that after I get some doodling. Doodle, doodle, doodle. So, yep. Yay! That's it. Ladies and gents, all I got for you right now. Tonight. I'm done with Periscope tonight. I'll play more this weekend, maybe, and certainly next week. So, y'all have a good night. I'm fixing to go enjoy a long-awaited for rainstorm, and catch y'all later. Bye.